Real strength is about working hard and carrying a heavy load without complaining. Real strength is about taking responsibility for your actions and telling the truth even when it's inconvenient.
Honestly, do we still need to talk about that? I think American people want to hear the problems that we have in America.
The sun was setting over Washington as guests filled the shimmering hall of the National Leadership Forum, expecting polite speeches and calm diplomacy. But the moment Barack Obama and Melania Trump were seated side by side, the air shifted.
Good morning. A world where dreams will be realized rather than faded by war.
Cameras clicked, advisors whispered, and the subtle tension beneath the chandeliers felt like quiet electricity. Melania was asked to give the opening address, and she walked to the podium with practiced elegance. Her speech began smoothly, warm and polished, until her tone hardened.
Great minds have turned marbles into microchips, paper airplanes into drones, and kites into satellites.
She spoke of rising costs, failed leadership, and choices from the past that she claimed still hurt Americans today. Then she went further, touching an old sensitive rumor about whether a former president had truly been born in the United States. Everyone understood exactly who she meant.
Further, I was provided a detailed report which verified the identities and circumstances of these 8 individuals. The US government confirmed the facts contained within this document are accurate.
A ripple moved through the hall. Obama sat still, calm, listening without a single reaction. When she returned to her seat, the applause was thin and uneasy. Moments later, Obama was invited to speak. Before he could stand, an audience member asked Melania directly whether she blamed Obama for current problems.
Being president is a serious job. It's not hosting a talk show or a reality show. It's not promotion. It's not marketing. It's hard.
She answered yes, adding that some leaders cared more about image than action. The room tightened. Cameras swung toward Obama, but he remained quiet, hands folded, almost amused. When he finally rose and walked to the microphone, the entire hall leaned forward. He took his time, letting silence fill the room before saying lightly, "Well, that was quite a speech." Nervous laughter scattered across the audience.
First of all, of course there are times where I feel depressed.
Then, with his voice steady, he spoke about caring for the country, about truth, and about how some people like to talk about honesty while forgetting how it actually works.
My fellow Americans, it has been the honor of my life to serve you. I won't stop. In fact, I will be right there with you as a citizen for all my remaining days.
Without raising his voice, he brought up the years when his citizenship had been questioned and noted that many of those stories had come from the very household seated beside him. The audience reacted with a mix of laughter and shock. His tone stayed calm, but sharper now, delivering each line with quiet precision. He spoke about integrity, about how leadership isn't built on appearance but on honesty, and how throwing stones while living in a glass house never ends well.
Where are you? What are you doing? They're not even pretending to solve the problem. They have not even been showing up to work. Not in session.
Melania stiffened, her composure beginning to crack. When Obama finished addressing the moment with a final reminder that respect is earned through truth, he stepped back from the podium to rising applause. But then Melania suddenly stood, her chair scraping loudly across the floor. Her voice shook as she accused Obama of disrespecting her and humiliating her publicly.
As I said before, all the accusations, they should be handled in a court of law.
So you believe the lawsuit should go forward?
Yes, I believe that.
Obama faced her with composure, answering gently that discomfort doesn't come from disrespect, but from truth landing where it needs to. The room grew heavy again as Melania fired back about failures and blame. Obama responded evenly, reminding her that the people currently in power were not wearing his name, and that he wasn't the one who had built influence on questioning someone's identity.
I have no more campaigns to run. My only agenda, I know because I won both of them.
His words hit hard, not shouted, but delivered with the kind of control that silences an entire room. Melania struggled for a reply, her voice wavering, while Obama remained steady. He didn't threaten, but he made it clear that truth has a way of rising, no matter how many rumors surround it. His final remarks were calm, almost soft, reminding everyone that silence is not weakness and that you cannot twist truth without eventually facing it. Then he closed simply with a return to the topic of leadership, as if the confrontation had been nothing more than a passing storm. When the applause returned, this time strong and certain, Obama left the stage as quietly as he had arrived. Melania remained seated, shaken, her confidence dissolving into silence.
Saving lives, expanding access to knowledge, connecting people, and of course, safety.
The hall buzzed with disbelief at what they had witnessed, a clash not of volume, but of presence. Outside, Obama reflected briefly with an aide, saying he had not meant to hurt her, only to place truth where it belonged. Inside, Melania stared at her reflection, questioning why she had pushed so far. In the days that followed, people debated what had happened, but those present remembered one thing: the contrast between calm and chaos. Obama's composure had carried more force than any raised voice. Melania withdrew from the spotlight for a while, quieter and more thoughtful. Months later, at another event, they exchanged only a polite nod. No drama, no tension, just a quiet acknowledgement of a storm long past. The lasting message of that night wasn't about politics, but about dignity. In a world full of noise, the strongest voice is the one that stays steady. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And truth doesn't need to shout, it stands.